I'm currently 3 months out from my first ever 70.3 in Bolton and 7 months from my first ever Ironman in Portugal. So right now, training is really starting to ramp up. I'm also doing this alongside my full-time office job, so that does make things tricky at times to just try and fit all the training in. I do have a little bit of flexibility in that I work semi-flexible hours. I don't have to be in the office for a set time, and if I start early I can finish a bit early, start late, finish a bit late, but generally I am in the office 5 days a week. So it does mean in order to fit everything in there were a few late nights and early mornings, but right now I'm really enjoying training and it is just what needs to be done at this moment. So let's crack on. Good morning, it is Sunday and I'm starting my new training week. I'm just having a pre-workout. This is a pre-workout that I get from Home Bargains. It's $5.99, absolute bargain. I always joke that I like the most toxic ones, but genuinely I've tried so many pre-workouts and this is my favourite, so stick with the cheap stuff. I've never looked into how bad it is for you because I just don't want to know. Anyway, my training today is a little bit different than my usual Sunday. I'm just a bit out of sync because I got back from my triathlon camp on Wednesday. So I had 2 full rest days, Thursday and Friday, and then yesterday I just did the park run and a swim. I say just because usually Saturday is my long run day, so I'd usually be doing like 18, I think I had like 24k on my plan this week, but I ended up doing it while I was at the triathlon camp, so I didn't need to do that. So that's why I say only when I'm talking about park run, because 5k is a lot shorter than I usually do on a Saturday. And then today, a Sunday would usually be my long ride day, so maybe like a 2 hour, 2.5. It'd be growing as it go on up to 3-4 hour rides. But since I've done so many long rides over the last 2 weeks, then I am just going to do a shorter one today, like less than an hour I think today. So I'm on my way, well, going to be on my way soon to the gym, and I'm going to train legs today. Mainly just because I haven't got any other plans today and I don't want to be sat at home bored, but with me doing the shorter ride today I feel like I can fit that in. Also, I've not trained legs properly since before I went away. I did do 2 very light leg sessions while I was away, but I'm talking like very, very light. So today I'm going to try and get back to closer to the weights I would usually do. I'm still going to go lighter because I know I'm going to hurt. I feel like you just can't avoid it. When you're back to it, you're always going to hurt the next few days. So I kind of want to get that done now so I can get the next few days over with as quick as possible, because on Sunday I have my longest run ever. I'm going to be doing a 20-mile run, which is about 32k, and this is like an organised, it is a race, but I'm not going to be racing it, I'm just using it as a training run. But I want to do it as an organised run because I just feel like it will just help with the motivation to get through. Yeah, the longest I've ever done. The longest I've ever done so far is 24k, so it's a big jump. So this is what I want to do leg days today, so that I can recover from that, from the first half of this week, and then feel completely fresh going into this run on Sunday. I would usually train legs on Monday anyway, with that in mind of that my long run is at the weekend, to try and feel as fresh as possible. Also, leg day is my favourite, so I just find it easier to drag myself out of bed on a Monday morning when it's leg day over something else that I don't prefer quite as much. So yeah, I'm gonna drink this now, get all the face tingles, and then get off to the gym. Oh my gosh, I've only just noticed this bruise on the back of my leg, which I'm guessing it can only be from falling off my bike the other day. Like I did feel the other day that my leg was a bit sore, but it wasn't even sore enough to check. So yes, this is like 4 or 5 days later and I'm only spotting it now. I've just been googling what I need to do about my helmet, because when I fell off I did bang my head on the ground. You can see here, if I can get it in the right lighting, that it has scratched along that side of the helmet. So it was quite an impact, and I did know, like with motorcycle helmets, if you bang them then you do need to replace them, but I wasn't sure if it was the same for cycling helmets. However, I googled it and it is. So unfortunately I'm gonna have to replace this and buy a new helmet, which is annoying. No, it's not annoying. I'm not gonna say it's annoying because it literally protected my head. It did its job. Okay, I've trained legs. I went lighter on everything. I went about 10 kilograms lighter than I usually do on every exercise, but I could already feel it in my legs and my bum, so I know I'm going to ache tomorrow, but I think it's just unavoidable. First time back in the gym properly, so hopefully it just won't last too long. I'll have to see how I get on, but I've been waiting to go on my bike because I'd needed to wait for an Amazon delivery. I realised yesterday when I unpacked that I couldn't find my Allen key, that I needed to put my pedals back on my bike because I'd taken them with me to Lanzarote. But that has arrived now, so my pedals are on, I'm set up. I am literally just going to do a really easy ride for like an hour or so because, yeah, as I said, my legs are already starting to feel it, so I don't want to write myself off on the first day being back in my routine. So yeah, just an easy one for now. Okay, so I'm literally going to do a recovery and I'm going to do this one, 1.5 out of 5 effort, 55 minutes. That should be easy enough. It's 5:52, Monday morning. I'm just getting up. My plan is usually to be at the gym for 6, but I rarely make it, to be honest. I've been snoozing my alarm since 5. It's hard being a morning person when you're not a morning person, but I'm getting up now. I'll get to the gym soon. We'll start the day. I've just had my pre-workout, so I'll be raring to go in a minute. Okay, it's 9 minutes past 6. We're on my way to the gym. My legs are sore as I expected. However, nowhere near as bad as I thought they would be. So I'm happy about that. Although sometimes it can be the second day where it really kicks in. So hopefully I don't wake up tomorrow feeling way worse. I mean, they're definitely sore, like I can feel it. And I do think being sat down in an office all day never helps, does it? You sat there and you forget how sore they are until you stand up to go to the toilet or something. So I'll see how I get on today. I'm going to go and train upper this morning. It's another weight session. My shoulder is still a little bit sore from when I fell off the bike last week, but nothing major, so I should be fine, and I will just adjust anything if I need to. But again, I will go a little bit lighter today than my usual weights because also I'm not trained upper properly for a couple of weeks, so I don't want to wake up tomorrow full body and not be able to move. Okay, so I'm finished at the gym now, on my way to the office. I remembered to lower my weights in some of the exercises, but some of them I just completely forgot and just did my normal weight. So I'm probably going to pay for that tomorrow. Doesn't help that I'm now going to be sat at a desk for 8 hours, so I'm just going to stiffen up throughout the day. But yeah, hopefully it's not too bad tomorrow. I have a track session tonight with my triathlon club, so I find that usually helps with my legs that are feeling a bit stiff at the moment. I mean, I say that it helps when you're running and you feel a lot looser, and then I feel like as soon as you stop it just stiffens up again. But anyway, I'm looking forward to it because I haven't been to this session for feels like ages, and I do quite enjoy a track session. I'm just picking this scab on my elbow, which I need to stop doing from stuff on where I fell off the bike. Anyway, just stuck in traffic at the moment, but I'm like 5 minutes from the office, so it shouldn't be long. Okay, I'm just home from work. I've got a delivery today, so last couple of months I've been ordering like a meal prep service just because my training has been so busy in the week, and then I was finding I was just eating the same thing all the time because I was like, well, to be fair, I do, that's not uncommon, I do often eat the same thing all the time, but I was just getting bored of it. Any of my friends in Australia used to always laugh at me because I would just eat chicken and rice every day, but in my defense, I'd have a different sauce of it, so in my head that is a different meal. But yeah, I did eventually get bored, so I've been ordering this, and it is, oh my god, it's so nice to come home and not have to cook or like spend my Sunday meal prepping. So yeah, I've been enjoying it so far. So I'm not gonna lie, a lot of these is basically just a different version of chicken and rice. But this one's noodles, that's different, but it is a bit more exciting than what I was making beforehand. So as expected, my legs have just seized up throughout the day, and it was the case of just standing up from my desk to go to the toilet and then realising how sore they've got over mainly this afternoon. So I think I'm definitely going to wake up tomorrow and hardly be able to walk, but before then I do have track session tonight. We end up usually covering about 6k, so it's not too bad. I'm sure I'll probably just be a little bit slow at start, but I do find it does usually loosen up my legs, so hopefully that will help a little bit. I'm also gonna promise myself now that I will come home and stretch, because I always tell myself I'm going to do that, and then I'll come home and because I'm hungry just end up making my tea and I completely forget to stretch. So I'll make a conscious effort to do that tonight. Do you know what's really annoying? Someone has stolen my cardboard bin. Last time I put it out on bin day, I just haven't seen it since. Like, it's completely disappeared. So it's really annoying how much cardboard I keep getting, and I've nowhere to put it. I'll have to keep putting it in my normal bin, but then I feel bad I'm not recycling. It's just coming up to 6 AM, hour on the bike before work. So I sat on my bike last night so that I could just get straight to it this morning. I do have my cycling stuff on under here. It's just still a bit chilly in the mornings, so I keep wrapped up for as long as possible. Anyway, let's get this over with. Every single part of me is aching today. Oh my gosh, my legs. When I woke up in the middle of the night, I already did the toilet. I was like, I don't think I'm gonna make it. I just don't think there's a way to avoid it when you've had a break from weight training. Like, this is just always how I feel after a holiday. So I just need to get through the next few days and then hopefully it won't hurt as much next week. Okay, 55 minutes done, just on the cool down now. Definitely sweatier than I was expecting, and it felt really hard to start with just because my legs were so sore, but it definitely got easier as it went on. Not feeling too bad now, so I'm just going to jump in the shower and get ready for work. Right, let's head to the office. I'm just in from work, so I'm going to make some tea now. It's quite early, but I am going swimming tonight. I would much prefer to go to the gym straight from work, but the swimming pool is always really busy around 5 and 6 o'clock, so that's why I come home first, and then I'll go around 7 when the pool is a lot quieter. This swimming session I'll just do by myself. Every other swimming session in my week I do with my tri club, so I just tend to make up my own thing in this session. But what I've been doing recently is practicing turning both ways, because when I swim I always turn to the left. And people have told me that is okay, and the coaches have said that's fine. A lot of people do just turn in one way. But what I'm worried about in the full Ironman, because it's in the sea, and obviously you'll be swimming different directions when you go out and then back in, I'm just worried that it might mean if I'm turning that the waves are like crashing into my face. I don't know if this is a thing or I'm just making this up. But so then I obviously would want to turn the other way. But then if I haven't practiced that, I'm just going to find that really hard on the day. Also, like, I've always never swam that distance before, but sometimes if we do a long session, I find that my neck really starts to hurt just turning the same way. So again, I might want to turn the other way just to have a bit of a rest from that. So yeah, I practice at the moment, just alternating each side with each lap. And hopefully on the day I can just turn the way that I want. but if I do have to swim the other way, then at least like by that point I'll be alright at doing it. I don't know if anybody else does this, or this is just something that I'm being paranoid about, but I feel like no harm can come from it, from getting better at turning both ways.
Do you know what's funny? I've been learning to swim now for just over a year, and one of the most basic things has only just clicked, literally in that swim session then. So I was aware that when I swam, it wasn't like a smooth movement. So my hand would like break the water, and then it would pause, and then I would carry on, and I just couldn't change it. Like I would try to make it smoother, but I would always have that pause, which obviously then was costing me time, and I was just really aware of it today. So I did 2,500 meters, and I did them in blocks of 500, so obviously 5 blocks. So the first 4 blocks, like just couldn't fix it, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna have to accept this is the way I swim. And then the last block of 500, it just suddenly clicked, and I was just doing it in a much smoother motion, and I obviously felt easier. I felt like I was going faster, but I was putting the exact same effort into it. So the previous 4 had all been around 12 minutes 40 seconds, which I know is slow. Don't judge my speed, I am slow. And then the last 500, I knocked like 25 seconds off it just by making it a smoother movement. Like I didn't feel any more out of breath at the end of it. I'm sorry if that 25 seconds was disappointing, then I feel like I built it up to be more impressive. I know that 25 seconds over 500 metres probably isn't that much. However, it is the first time that it's actually clicked, so can only get better from here. But yeah, I'm really pleased with myself right now. I mean, I do have to fully concentrate on it, and I do envy anybody who goes swimming and has like a nice relaxing experience, because there's so many things that I need to think about. Like nothing comes naturally. I'm just like 1, 2, 3, breathe, hands wide apart, feet, toes kick together, turn your head, don't turn your head too much. Like this is all going on my head, so to be fair, to have another thing to now think about is going to be tough, but it's obviously made an improvement, so I will definitely focus on that from now on. But I also haven't been swimming for a few weeks because I've obviously been away, and they finally fixed the cold shower, so honestly it's just been such a good night. Because I moved my leg session to Sunday, that means I only have 1 session today, so I'm heading into the office for...
Okay, change of plans. Should have been running tonight, and I had a long cycle planning for Friday where I was going to work from home so that I could fit it in throughout the day, because I've got plans on Friday evening. But I just have a lot on at work at the moment, and I find it a lot easier to concentrate in the office than at home, which I know is the opposite way around for most people, but yeah, I just work better in the office. So I need to go in on Friday, which means I can't do my long cycle then. So I've just rejigged things around. Since I'd already gone in early this morning, I thought I'll stick with my early finish. So I'm home now at a reasonable time. I'm going to do my long cycle now. I'm going to do my run session that should have been today, tomorrow morning, and then my shorter cycle session that should have been tomorrow morning, I'll do on Friday morning, because I'll be able to get that done before I go into the office. So still getting it all done, but yeah, just shuffling it around a little bit. So yeah, I'm just going to have a snack now, have a crumpet, and then I'm going to crack on with this long cycle. I've spent so much time faffing around, but we're finally getting started. Now we're into it. Got another hour to go. Okay, 2 hours done. Just cooling down, and then I'm finished. I'm running a bit late, but I am on my way to swim session. This is with my triathlon club, and I always find these ones really hard. It's just really fast, it's a lot of intervals, and yeah, it's just tough. But I like it and hate it at the same time. I remember the first time I ever did one of these sessions, and we were like 20 minutes in, and I was like, pull my neck, this is tough. And then they were like, okay, so that's a warm-up done, let's move on to the main set. And I was like, sorry, that's a warm-up? But it has got a little bit easier because at first I was just getting lapped all the time and I hated it because I thought I was just in everybody's way. So now I don't get lapped so often. I have slightly improved. But yeah, I better head off anyway.
Oh my god, I'm so happy with that swim session. I was using my new technique, which I kept thinking to myself like, oh, use this new skill you've just learned. It's not a new skill, it's just literally swimming like a normal person. But oh my gosh, so much improvement. Like usually I am the slowest on a Thursday night. The people in my lane, like, they don't tend to lap me anymore like they did when I first started, but there will often be like a bit of a gap. I'll be at the back and then yeah, I will tend to fall behind people as the session goes on. But tonight, oh my gosh, I was catching people up. 2 people said to me, you go in front, you're faster. I was like, oh my gosh, that's my line. That's usually what I'm saying to people. I'll go at the back, you'll be much quicker than me. I couldn't believe it. Yeah, overtook, like, I was leaving gaps between people, like letting them start off and leaving quite a gap, and I was catching them up. That never happens. And then at the end, one of the women was like, oh, you've got fast, haven't you? And I was like, I've literally just learned how to swim properly like this week. So we were doing 100 meter intervals, and usually my pace for them is around 2 minutes 10. Sometimes like the first one I might get about 2:05, but I've never got it under 2 minutes. And today I did one in 1:56. I was doing them under 2 minutes, like they were either under 2 minutes or like just over 2 minutes and 1 second. But the ones that were over 2 minutes, that was where I'd like got caught behind somebody else, so like I had to slow down. Oh my god, I'm just so speedy. I'm so, like, honestly so pleased with myself right now. I feel like I need to tell people like nobody's gonna care. But that is how it feels. Like I've just done some amazing achievement. I mean, 2 minutes per 100 meters is still a very average pace, but after so long I've just felt like my progress has been so stagnant. So to eventually see a bit of progress, yeah, I'm just really pleased with that, and hopefully I can keep progressing further and just getting quicker and quicker. But it just makes me want to go swimming again. I've got all the endorphins right now, all of them. What's funny is when I was at the track session on Monday, I was chatting to one of the other women there, and she was in my swim lane on Saturday, and she just got moved up into it from the like proper beginner lane, but she was really fast, and I was like struggling to keep up with her. So I said to her, like, you were really fast on Saturday, weren't you? Like, you've seen a really good improvement. And she said, yeah, no, it's just, I feel like it's just suddenly clicked. And I was thinking, when's it gonna click for me? Is that still not happened? And now I feel like it's just clicked.
Good morning. I'm about to do an FTP test on Zwift. The last time I did it was about 2 months ago, and I'm hoping that it's improved since my camping Lanzarote and the amount of cycling we did. Surely it has improved. I was just trying to find out then what it currently is, but I can't work out where that information is on Zwift. But off the top of my head, I think it is around 140, which I think is really low. And when I talk to other people, like most of theirs is like 200 or above, and I haven't heard anybody say theirs is around what mine is. And yeah, I am just quite, I was gonna say I was surprised by that, but I suppose I am still very new to cycling. I don't really know what I was expecting. Well, what I was expecting was that I thought I was generally quite fit and that I would be decent, but that I've definitely been humbled. But hopefully I can keep working on it and improve it. So fingers crossed that this goes well today. Well, that's disappointing. It went up by 1. Oh, I mean, it was higher than I thought it was to start with, but that was really hard work, and I feel like I deserve more than 1 point. Never mind. So that is all my training for the week, for the working week at least. Tomorrow is going to be a full rest day because Sunday I have my longest ever run, which is going to be 32 kilometers. It is a race, but well, it's an organised race, but I certainly am not going to be racing it. I am just going to take it easy and just get through it. That is 8 kilometers further than I've ever ran, so it's going to be tough, but in some sadistic way I am kind of looking forward to it. But I'm feeling good about this week's training. I feel like it's been challenging, but I've been feeling strong for most of it. but very much looking forward to having a rest tomorrow. And right, better head off to the office and get this working week over with.